Hello everyone, Onyx here, time for some more Smite Patch. And I'm back. I'm back where I was from. And I have some interesting ideas that I was probably thinking about putting on my channel. That is, you're probably going to laugh at me, but I'm probably about creating music. But more about that later. Right now, Smite Patch. The 4.14 patch. And we got a new god that switches stances. We have already Ulr, Tyr, and Hell. And now we have a god, a tank, that switches stances. Interesting. So right now we need a assassin. This is only one we need. Anywho, with that said, let's see what's new. This is so freaking exciting. So yes, new in Smite, Urza Major 4.14 patch notes, July 26th, 2017. That was 5 days ago. Anyway, new goddess, Athio, the bear goddess. And she looks very fine. I actually get the bribe. You know, the movie Brave. You know, the orange haired chick with a bow. Her mother turned into the freaking bear. Just heads up. Anyway, the first thing I actually noticed is her passive, Decompose. Enemy gods hit by Athio's druid or bear abilities will begin to decompose. This effect decreases their physical and magical protections. This effect stacks up to 8 times. Magical and physical protections decrease 3%, duration 4 seconds. I did add a small math. 3 multiplied by 8, that's 24. So she only have 1 more percent to have shred and armor and physical magical shred by and fourth. That's pretty nice. Anyway, her probably first ability is Energy Surge. Athio pulses out a strong wave of energy. The damage 190 plus 35% of your magical power enemies. She will heal 140 health and plus 25% of your magical power to herself and allies within 55 units for each enemy god hit by the ability. The cost is 70 and the cooldown is 10. And when you switch stances with your ultimate, you get instead of energy surge, you get Maul, bear form. Athio slashes twice with her claws, damaging 170 plus 35% of magical power enemies which is weight. So you're dealing 340 damage overall. Nice. Anyway, the second ability is Entangling Vines, Druid. Athio created a thicket of vines around herself that cripples enemy gods and decrease the magical, physical power as long as they are inside of that area. Through the area duration, 8 seconds. Druid power debuff to 25%. That's a fourth off. Cost 70 and the cooldown is 14. Interesting. And in the bear stance, Ferocious Roar instead. Bear. Athio lets out a ferocious roar that stuns all enemy. Nice. Ferocious Roar, bear. Athio lets out the ferocious roar that stuns all nearby enemies, increase her own physical and magical protections for 4 seconds. Bear stun duration 1.4 seconds, and bear protection buff 50 protections. So you gain 100 protections overall. And the third ability is Life Tap, Druid. Athio channels for 2 seconds, draining the life from enemies while channeling them. While she's channeling, she deals damage 55 plus 10% of magical power up to 5 times. So 5%. So you're dealing. If it was 50, that's in as 5 250. Oh, she didn't quite. She did 275 damage. If I am incorrect or correct, whatever. And heals 35%, like 35 plus 10% of your magical power herself, all up to 5 times to herself. Each hit increases slows an enemies. Each hit increasingly slows enemies, and enemies hit all 5 times are rooted for 1 second. Cost 70 and cooldowns in 15 seconds. So you're slowing them and then they are rooted. Nice. In the bear form, Altheo charges forward at an increased movement speed for 3 seconds. Enemies she charged through take damage, 270 damage plus 50% of your magical power, and are slowed for 2 seconds. Bear slow is 30%. And her ultimate, the switch stance really, shapeshift, druid, active. Altheo shapeshifts between her druid stance and bear stance, but she also gains a passive probably every time she level it up. Passive: every time Altheo hits an enemy with her abilities, she becomes invigorated, increasing her movement speed and MP 5 per stack. Stacks up to 8 times and stacks last 4 seconds. So you gain 40 MP 5 when you are all 8 times. That's interesting. And let's see, movement speed per stack is 3. MP 5 per stack 10. Cost none, cooldown 1 second. Wait. What? 3? What? 3%? Just 3 more? What? Who knows? And the recolor skin, she became fucking a wildling instead. Anyway, new god skins. The first one is Dr. Madlab for Cupid. He become a fucking scientist. Interesting. And critical damage, Najam, the Tron skin. Midnight Dove, Awilix. Oh, so that one won. That sucks. Freaky Tiki Upwash. Okay. Very nice. SPF 666 the Morgan. Fuck the Morgan. Crystalline Terran. Really freaking interesting. The Bruiser Cocolane. Digging the fucking mustache. Looks like fucking what the fuck is he's called again? You know, the wrestler, the one who is Irish. Yeah, that one. And Cupid Master skins. So he's not a full-faced boy anymore. That's sad. New emotes for Wheelix dance and an Upwash dance emote. Now it's time for Project Olympus. Fall Split Ranked Updates. Our second round of Project Olympus changes are here. Ranked is an important part of our game and allows players to play competitively against each other. We have taken the time to focus on improving some existing systems and give players more insight into the matchmaking process. I hate so. New pick and ban phase planning. The first major changes is a new pick and ban phase called planning phase. This phase will help improve player communication, especially in situations like console where communication is more difficult. Well, no shit. A new phase is being added to the ranked called planning. During this short 30-second period, players can highlight gods they wish to play, while also highlighting gods they wish to ban. If multiple players select the same god they want to be banned, a number will appear next to the god to indicate how many players recommended that ban. The goal is to improve communication for teams the second they are in lobby together, while giving console players additional tools to communicate their plans. 30 seconds. has been removed from the total amount of playing time to accommodate for this new planning phase. New matchmaking division. In Smite ranked play, your rank is not what determines matchmaking. It is a progress system that over time will represent your actual skill. Previously, players qualifying were given a rank as well as a hidden matchmaking rank. As the system becomes surer of the player's skill, the two ranks meet. This can cause confusion as a silver player who is very much on his way to earning platinum gets paired against other platinums. Starting with this patch, this hidden matchmaking rank will be visible. With this extra information, players will be able to have a better understanding of what the system thinks about them as a player, while given more information to determine the quality of matchmaking. Players will now see a matchmaking division in addition to the earning division. The matchmaking division is a division you will be match-made at what the system estimates your skill level to be, while the earned division is a measure of your progress towards the estimated skill. This matchmaking division will only appear to the player and will not be publicly visible at initial launch. God leaderboard points. A system we implemented at the start of Season 4 was a God leaderboard, and the way players climbed the ladder was confusing to many players. We are now adding a point system to this leaderboard that will show the backend calculation that determines the placement. This point formula uses a combination of how difficult a specific match was, how ranked the match was, and the outcome of the match with that specific god. This means a player with 10-0 in bronze matches will likely be under someone with 7-3 if those matches were played at the master's level, and the new point system will show this visibly. Players will now see the point value on the god leaderboard that determines the placement. Each win with a god gives that player a certain amount of points based on how difficult the match was and at what skill level that match was played. Losers deduct some points. This should better represent why players are ranked the way they are at the god leaderboard. Fancy point tipping. Have you ever had someone who really carried your game or was just fun to play with? You can now give that player You can now give that player fantasy points as a way to say thanks. At the end of the match, players will be able to tip a percentage of the earned FP from the game towards an allied player, and the whole lobby will be notified that the tip occurred. If you want to grind out some extra FP, being kind can really pay off. Oh dear god. Maybe. Players can now tip a portion of the fantasy points earned in a match to team members. If a player went out of the way to be kind, helpful, or got a pentakill, throw some fantasy points their way as a way to say the rock. No thanks. The only person I want to give my FFP points to, it's my friends, not a fucking random person, even they were helpful or kind, whatever. I will not fucking do that, because I want to, move up the freaking ladder. Anyway, the tipping button will appear on the scoreboard in the end of match lobby. To learn more about Project Olympus, click here. Let's see what they were talking about. Oh, I'm not going to read this, I'm just going to scroll it and then I'm going to, If you want to read, pause it, okay? Good. And that was it. Going back again. Anyway, season ticket fall split. 2017 fall splits pass bundle. Dr. Madlove Cupid Season Ticket Fall Split Pass, right to vote on season games, bonus quests for FP, double FP for matches, 15 team FP boosters, 2x of total received, and 15 team worship boosters, 2x of total received. The 2017 Fall Split Pass bundle with points, all of the above, 2,500 fantasy points. Season ticket rewards, limited critical damage and Ajam, Greek Pantheon recall, Egyptian Pantheon recall, new hype time level up FX. This one is not a good idea because, for example, what if you're fucking Loki and you almost died and a fucking distance just plays up? It's not a smart idea. Anyway, fall ranked split, new season, soft reset. Players have been soft reset, meaning previous season performance will have impact on where they qualify to. Players will need to complete 10 new qualification games before receiving the fall split starting rank. MMR division adjustments. Divisions have had the associated MMR value adjusted based on historical data. This should improve the accuracy of each division and a percentile of players that should belong in each division. Conquest had minor adjustments, while Joust the Duel had large adjustments. This model should feel the largest difference, and the best players of these mods should find themselves more able to reach masters without a large game grind of low TP gains. Ranked reward, fall recall scheme. To learn about the season ticket, click here. Is it new? Is it old? Anyway, I have this, and I'm going to get this also because I have my gems. Interesting, right? Really interesting. I want that skin! Oh boy! Like I said, I'm not going to read anything of this. If you want to read it, just pause. If you don't want to read it, oh, good. 400 gems. Well, this is just going to be fucking lovely. Oh boy. So this is the last time you will get this, so it's no winter or something like that. Well, that's just quite sad, really. Oh, that's it. Hooray. And back we are. Bug fixes. Miscellaneous. The end of match lobby will no display experience earned if you're not level 160. Nice idea. Gameplay. Respawn Phoenixes will have a new weakened animation, posture, and effects to convey and convey the deal less damage after respawning. Stone Cutting Sword. To fix an issue where players will not receive a stack if they dealt a killing blow. Athena. Fix an issue on the K screen that will cause her passive to have no description. Item changes. Bracer of Undoing. The health and mana restored by Bracer of Undoing is being decreased. Players using this in your early game could quickly negate early aggression and tank your late game characters received a massive amount of health returned. With a decrease to 40%, this relic should be easy to counter. Reduce the health and mana restored from 50% of the recent damage taken to 40%. Bracer of Undoing upgrade. Reduce the health mana restored from 50% of the recent damage taken to 40%. Atalanta's Bow. Atalanta's Bow provides basic attack guards the ability to gain a short burst of speed to juke and to give chase. This duration was a bit too short to really utilize this effect. By increasing it to 3 seconds, players should have more time to make plays with this additional speed. Increased duration of movement speed buff from 2 seconds to 3 seconds. Demonic Grip. In the mid-season patch, we made large changes to the ring tree, which removed attack speed as a stat for the Telekinesis ring and Shaman's ring, and replaced them with a movement speed. Toxic Blade and Witchblade received more aggressive stats, but are more utility-based than purely focused on attack speed. We are adjusting Demonic Grip to more heavily focus on attack speed and lower the cost and power to accommodate this change. Decrease cost from 2,300 gold to 2,150. That 15 gold less. Decrease magical power from 65 to 40, that's 25 power less. Increase attack speed from 50% to 30%, that's 15% more. Hasten Ring. Hasten Ring gives mage strong chasing power with their basic attacks. At 4 seconds of haste on a 30-second cooldown, this item was unreliable. Increasing the duration while reducing the cooldown will help this item feel more impactful and more often. Increase duration of haste buff from 4 seconds to 6 seconds, that's 2 seconds more. Decreased eternal cooldown from 30 seconds to 25 seconds, that's 5 seconds less. Time for god changes. Anhur. Anhur is an aggressive hunter who has been underperforming in the competitive and casual scene for some time. We are increasing the reward for being aggressive with Disperse and let him threaten his opponents with the Desert Fury more often. Disperse. Increase damage from 210 to 230. Desert Fury. Desert, yes. A Desert Fury. Decrease cooldown from 9 seconds to 75 seconds. That's 20. Is that 15 seconds less? Yeah, probably. No, wait. Whoa. Fuck it. Cornunos. It's happening. Cornunos is strong in many situations, but this should come with some drawback. Horn shots is going to be riskier to use early against opponents due to its decreased damage, while late game, Cornunos will not be hitting as hard in summer heat. In addition to the adjustments, the Wild Hunt is also seeing a cooldown increase. This is a powerful crowd control effect that does not suffer diminishing returns and should have a longer cooldowns to match. Shift of season. Decreased physical power scaling of summer heat from 10% to 50%. Holy shit. He's getting fucking nerfed again. Horn charge. Decreased base damage from 290 to 290. Oh. Okay. So it's worse and then it got better. Okay. The Wild Hunt increased cooldown from 9 seconds to 100 seconds. Freya. Freya is struggling from the mid-season adjustments. While Kronos and Sol had alternate mage builds, Freya was more reliant on the higher options of attack speed, items, and the Hasten Fatalis effect. Hasten Ring and Demonic Grip are both seeing significant improvements that will directly affect Freya, but we wanted to give more power to her base kit to help her out. Her base attack speed is being increased from 0.95 to 1, which will make any attack speed she obtains more impactful. Additionally, Pulse is seeing a base damage increase that will help her clear more effectively until she can get attack speed items online. General increased base attack speed from 0.95 to 1 second, and Pulse increased damage. Increased base damage from 60 to 70. Next one is Osiris. Judgment Theta, whatever, provides a massive damage reduction debuff to anyone affected that ramps up over time. At the highest levels of play, this ability was used not only for the stun, but to disrupt enemies from being able to engage effectively. We are reducing the amount of damage he can mitigate by removing the bonus damage reduction occurs over the 4 seconds of Judgment Theta. This change is targeted towards where Osiris was seeing effectiveness, high-level coordinated play, and as the meta shifts towards more late-game strategies, we will keep a close eye on Osiris to see if he needs further adjustments in the future. Judgment Theta. Remove the bonus 5% damage reduction per second when the targets were tethered. This removes of the 20 seconds damage reduction at maximum duration. Rajin, welcome back. Rajin underwent many targeted changes to reduce the frustration of his opponents. When strong, he was frustrating to the point of needing immediate nerfs to prevent him from ruining other players' experience. With these changes done, we can now bring power into non-frustrating opponents of his kit. In this patch, we are increasing his utility of each of his skills. Charge time tempo will now provide 2 seconds of all cooldowns, helping Rajin consistently pressure the enemy team. The Percussion Storm will now pierce the guards, which are bone lane benefits, but teamfights benefits as well. Finally, Taiko drums is saying a reduction in the slow it applied to Rajin. This will make him feel less like a target and help him position himself while firing out his ultimate shots. Short tempo. Increase cooldown reduction from 1 second to 2 seconds. Percussion storm now versus enemy guards, and Taiko drums it decreased self-slow from 40% to 20%. Nice. And of course, the last shit in this patch, Morgan. The Morgan was a slow start, but has really ramped up in performance over the recent SPL splits and at DreamHack Valencia. Her ability to transform to fit in any situation is powerful, but what really impacted games was her long stealth. Players could use this far away from a team and burst a squishy target character without much, if any, warning. With some CDR, she can be doing this non-stop. We are reducing the duration of the stealth effect while making it more expensive to spam in the later stage of the game. This adjustment should allow the top-end players to have more counterplay options when fighting against the Morgan. Confusion. Decreased stealth duration from 8 seconds to 6 seconds. Adjust mana cost from 70 at all ranks to 80. 70 it's in the middle of the change. So it goes from 60, 65, 70, and then it go over. Anyway, that's the patch, the 4.14 patch. So what do I think about this patch? Well, this was an interesting buff and nerf. Osiris, he probably will need that also. Freya, you good fighter had the sharpened stick. Cornelius, you ass. Anher, yeah, sure, he needed that also. The ring and the demonic grip, I would understand a demonic grip. Husband ring. People still love the freaking Husband Fatalis, so now they are making a Husband ring to work it like that again. Atlanta's bow. Yeah. Sure, a buff and a buff. Race of undoing. Nah. Let's see here. Bug fixes, I don't care. Season split. Okay, welcome back. Well, but holy shit, this god is fucking better than freaking Ganesha. Why? Because her passive stacks, and this one is so much freaking better. Anyway, I thank you for watching, and I thank you for watching. Remember to like, favorite, comment, share, and subscribe to this video, and channel of course, and don't forget to cool, awesome, glorious. As long you're not the chilling breeze that you're going around in my room right now. Anyway, I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Ta-ta for now, and bye.